Well, hello there, lads. Welcome back. It's me, Indeimaus. I'm working on a movie review right now, but that motherfucker is huge. It's 8 pages long so far. I haven't even started editing, so I'm gonna need another week on that one. But I thought with the Dark Souls Remaster coming up in a few months, and in celebration, I'll be making some Dark Souls videos. Some dumb top lists will return. I do miss making some of those. You know, they did get old, but I think I can make a few more for the remaster, including a waifu one that's coming back. Oh boy! So I thought I'd ask on Twitter, what are some things you want changed in the Dark Souls Remaster that you know they won't change? And I got some good stuff, some jokes, some controversy stuff. That doesn't even make some controversial stuff. Lordy Lord. And so I thought I'd read some here, give my opinion, share some of my thoughts. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! I almost knocked my water on my bloody mixer. I did. So here's 10 things you want changed in Dark Souls Remaster that you know they won't change, as well as some memes. So here's probably one of the most controversial things said, tweeted at me, from Nick Boy. I think he might be trolling, but I can never tell with him. He said to add fast travel between bonfires. So basically, it's very similar to Dark Souls 2 and 3. Just add, you know, the ability to fast travel instantly instead of having to beat Ornstein and Smo, and then, you know, get the thing. The big bowl. I forgot the name. It's been a very long time since I've played Dark Souls. I was going to replay and then they announced a remaster, so I'd stop myself. I do not agree with this. I can see why people might want it, but that whole first, I guess, half of the game where you can't travel and you got to go back through the world and you unlock all the shortcuts and, you know, the world's all interconnected. That is a huge part of Dark Souls for me, and honestly, I would do the opposite. If I could have that kind of world building in Dark Souls 2 and 3 instead of just the instant teleporting right off the bat, I would probably take it. It's less convenient, it can be annoying, but man, people were not happy with Nick. Then he replied after this, I think your fans hate me. So that could be true. Don't be mean to Nick, alright? He's just a dickhead. You guys will have to let me know what you think of that one. Do you want instant teleporting in Dark Souls 1 or just leave it as is? I'm sure you will let me know below the benefits, the negatives, whatever. So next up, this is looking very suspicious because this is all my YouTube friends. Super Butterbun says, an easy mode, V-face. And I tell you what, I'm not afraid to hit a lady. Buns has defeated every single Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I'm pretty sure she's made beginner's guides for each one of these games, so I don't think she's serious here, but maybe she's making fun of my easy mode video, or she's referencing it. I can appreciate that. That was it's old now, my god, but that was a good video. Proud of that video. We should make more of those, but what else is there to say? From Software, if you add easy mode into Dark Souls, I'm gonna come over there and gut punch you. I'll tell you what. A lot of violence in today's episode, I'm sorry. So the next one comes in, oh my god, I should have separated this. This is 3 of my friends in a row. Elvis the Alien says, my boy, gameplay mostly, it's clunky as fuck compared to Dark Souls 3. Something I can definitely get on board with. If you go back and play Dark Souls 1 after playing Dark Souls 3, it feels horrible. You're like controlling a big bag of rocks. You're playing Korg from fucking Thor Ragnarok. And stop saying I sound like Korg, okay? He's from New Zealand. I'm Australian, you racists. Why did I pop this mint in my mouth before I started talking? It's really throwing me off. Hang on, give me a second, boy. So yes, the first Dark Souls is clunky, but at this point I think it's by design. If you're comparing some of the Dark Souls 1 bosses, a lot of them are very simple. A lot less complex than the Dark Souls 3 bosses. They have a lot more phases, a lot more different patterns, movesets. Oh man, there's some of the Dark Souls 3 bosses are actually insane with what they go through. Same with the Bloodborne, but Dark Souls 1, there's not a lot of those. You kind of just, you fight them. That's the thing. You got your clunky character, you tank it, you spank it. That's all. Remember the 4 Kings fight? You literally just put on heavy armor and just pray that you don't die. So I can see why not bringing that fluid combat from 3 and Bloodborne back into 1 would work. It's like bringing fluid combat back into Silent Hill 1 or 2 or Resident Evil 1 or 2. It just wouldn't work. It'd make it so much less challenging. But, you know, it's supposed to be in the Dark Souls 3 engine, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna pop another mint now. No, I'm not. That's an awful idea. Hey, Min, we're gonna jump on that spaceship. Wanna come? So the next one comes in from my boy Dan. He says 4-directional rolling. So very similar again to the 3-1, Dark Souls 3-1. Dark Souls 3 just feels so good to play. Like technically, Dark Souls 3 is the best Dark Souls game. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite, of course, but yeah, bringing some of that control over to 1 and then rebalancing the bosses, you know, because I don't know if because you're not a clunky dickhead anymore, maybe the Dark Souls bosses all of a sudden become pushovers even more than they already are. Yeah, that's right, boys. I'm good at Dark Souls. I'm gonna go leave in comment sections how good I am at Dark Souls, and oh man, all the ladies are gonna be so impressed, and the YouTube is gonna love me. What's Dark Souls easy mode? Do you mean Dark Souls as it is? Fuck off. So here's a less serious one, but one that I wanted to include anyway because this is something that I could be interested in. A dating simulator for all the NPCs, so you get that extra sexy part with the Solera at the end of your journey. You know what I'm saying? 34 other people knew what I was saying. This is something, you know, a little bit of a dating sim in there. You can talk, depends who you talk to throughout the game. It depends on how, you know, what ending you get. Ooh, you know, this is... They got that Solera amiibo coming out. Maybe that boosts your love stat with Solera by 10. Why hasn't anyone made a Dark Souls dating sim yet? I guess you couldn't sell it, but that's free real estate. So this one comes in from many sharks, like at least 7 sharks. I didn't even read the name. That's pretty good. He says, loot boxes. You proved it was genius. I know I did. Dark Souls gets loot boxes. Go back, have a look at that bad boy. Oh, what a video that was. You seen the editing in that? Someone should hire that man. He's probably really handsome too. I'm not just picking these because they're referencing my old videos, okay? I just picked ones. If they are loot boxes into Dark Souls, I'm gonna find him I'm a Oh god. This is an extremely common complaint that people want to see change, again with Lost Izalith as well. But a lot of people are saying the bed of motherfucking chaos. This guy so eloquently put it. This is something I'm very interested in because the bed of chaos is a terrible, an awful boss fight. You can just watch this intro of my Dark Souls tree video to see what I really think of that boss fight.
Whoa, whoa. See that guy right there? Looks like he's hit rock bottom. Well, that guy's actually me.
But it's awful. It's one of the worst boss fights in the game. But it also, because it's so bad, it has that charm to it that everyone's like, oh, the better chaos, great, we're going there. So if they turn it into like a good fight, I don't know, that would change. It would change everything. I guess it does. Change is good, okay? If you want to fight the better chaos, you can go back to Dark Souls 1 and fight the better chaos. I don't think people want to do that again, though. I wouldn't say patch the old Dark Souls and get rid of it, but because we're moving forward, maybe change it up. This is something that I'm very interested in as well. You guys will have to let me know on this one and the teleporting, because these are hot subjects. And I ain't talking just saying hot because Lost Islands and the lava everywhere. That's a pretty good joke, though. I'm gonna keep that one in. Not the best delivery by me because it was an accident, but you know. So the gauntlet comes in with probably the most agreed upon thing that we can all just agree on right away. Realistically, I'd like to see quality of life changes, things like being able to pop multiple souls at once, offering multiple covenant items at once. Also, a L3 jump would be nice. So I've got nothing to add to this. This is just add those quality of life things that you've added from Dark Souls 2 and 3 throughout the years. Just bring them back to Dark Souls 1. I don't want to sit there popping, crushing one soul at a time and getting through 29 souls so I can finally upgrade my Zweihander to plus 15. And Andre is just looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. Let me just crunch them all in one handful. From Software, please. You gotta do this for us. I swear to God. This is something that I can actually see happening though, so we'll see. Wow! Thanks, Indeimaus, for your input. We'll see again! And the last thing before we jump into the speed round, where they'll just go through a couple of the funnier tweets, a stable 60 FPS. I believe this is going to happen, at least for PC anyway. The Switch is going to be 30, I believe. And then we'll see in Blighttown, it might drop into the single digits at that point. But if the PS4 and Xbox One can't run the original Dark Souls in a remastered state at 60, I don't know what to tell you, man. Those consoles fucking trash. That's all I can say. Oh, Indeimaus, they play Last of Us remastered at 60. Wow, they can play PS3 games at 60. I can't wait to get those consoles. I'm just kidding, I have a PS4. But yeah, 60 FPS, please. PC should be uncapped, I think. But we'll see. Maybe if it's uncapped, we'll fall through the floor because ladders don't work. But, you know, hopefully we don't need a DS fix. That's just praying for no DS fix. That's all we can hope for on PC. I just want to go through some other tweets here before we finish up. Some of you guys are jokers, I tell you what. Final Dreamer comes in. Everything. Dark Souls 1 is a broken mess. Shut the fuck up. Crazy Mike comes in and says, I wish they'd fix stuff like dead angling and reverse rolls that players use for easy wins against less informed players. Instead, replace them with similar mechanics that, fucking fly. How is there a fly in my room? I don't have a window open, my door's shut. Jesus Christ, guys, come on. What's going on? What was I reading? There's a big novel here by Crazy Mike. You can read it if you want to. Andre Mercado wants enemy placement. Just feel like I'm doing something weird. So he wants the Scholar of the First Sin treatment for Dark Souls 1, where they just, you know, roll a dice to see where enemies are placed. So maybe you'll get the gargoyle in the start, maybe you'll get a hollow. You never know. Scholar of the First Sin, everybody. What a great addition. Ethan P says change all voice lines to Swedish Chef. I'll mock one up and we'll see how it sounds.
Hold the popcorn, stick it in the microwave. You stick it in the microwave, and we stick it, whoop, whoop, we stick it in the oven. And we gotta see in the oven,
Mike Holmes says adding more stones so you can make another video. Fuck off! I'm not making part 3 of Dark Souls Stones. If I ever do that, I want you to hire a hitman and just take me the fuck out, okay? Because right at that point, it's over. Fuck YouTube, man. I'm going to Twitch. I'll play Fortnite and make millions of dollars. Emerald Tilebrink comes in with this crazy idea. Wait for this one, guys. Be able to move while drinking Estus. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, no, that's... thought it was going to be a bit funnier, but, no, that's a good idea. That's perfect. Add that in. Sergeant Jew. Oh, my God. On second thought, if Quaeleg's hair could be a couple inches to the left and right. Hey-oh! You cheeky bugger. I know what you're saying, Sergeant Jew. Something to think about. Could be an interesting, addition. You know? Not going to say no to that one. Hero Brian for Ready Player One. This... honestly, it doesn't even matter what you said, does it? That's your name and that's your picture. I'm gonna blur out what you said because honestly, that doesn't matter. Look at your name and picture. Fucking hell. And Batman comes in and he, you know you're gonna get something good from this guy. He says add the ability to transfer your Mass Effect 2 save file. Was this a response to the... yeah, it was. Alright, there you go. Something to think about. Maybe we'll be able to transfer our Mass Effect 2 save file. And lastly, right at the bottom of the comment section with no love or no replies, we have Val with legions of giant daddy fuckers. What the hell, man? What is wrong with you people? And that's it. Those are the things that we believe that should be in Dark Souls Remastered that won't be. Leave your heated discussion below whether you should be able to teleport between fires and what you think about all these changes that are gonna be in it. Totally. I'll see you in the movie review. I'm gonna be working on that all week. Hopefully I can get that done. I now realize why it takes so long for people like your movie sucks and I hate everything and Ralph the Movie Maker to make these things. Because, oh my god, I thought it'd be easier because it's a movie. It's only 2 hours long, but no, you gotta. That's some hard stuff. But thank you for putting up with this shitty content in the meantime. And I'll see you soon. I do not sound like Korg. Stay tuned for right here on Watch Mojo.